Today, I want to tell you about the best acarajé in Brazil. And for many of you here, I want to explain what acarajé is and why you should add eating one to your to-do list when traveling to Brazil. I am currently living in the city of Salvador, Brazil. Near my house, there is an area of bars and restaurants with several food options. Of all those foods, my favorite is acarajé. So, what is acarajé? Acarajé is, as you can see in the photographs, it's a fried dough made with beans, specifically black-eyed peas, which is kind of like a feijão fradinho in Portuguese. Season it with onions and salt fried in palm oil, or as they say in Portuguese, aceite de dendê, and then fill with vatapá, which is made of with coconut milk, cashews, peanuts, and shrimps. Vinaigrette, which is tomato and onion salad, and dried shrimps. It is served hot or cold, quote unquote. That means with a lot or a little of pepper, which is hot sauce. Well, acarajé is a food with roots deeply connected to the African-based religions in Brazil. The word acarajé originates from the African language Yoruba. Akara means fireball and je means to eat. So therefore, to eat a fireball. The meaning comes from the story of Shango and his wife Yansa, which is popular in the Candomblé, a religion of African origin, and it's offered to the Orisha Yansa, and the receipt arrives in Brazil from the Gulf of Benin in West Africa by African immigrants during the period of slavery and colonization in Brazil. So there are several origins, stories within the mythology of each nation that makes up Candomblé. But let's talk about the story of Shango and his wife Yansa. A version of this story says, one day Yansa was taken by Shango to the land of Baribas. From there, he brought back a magic potion that, when ingested, will allow him to breathe fire from his mouth and nose. Yansa, as always curious, also used the formula, and since then, she has possessed the same power as her husband. Well, evidently, the version and the way in which acarajé is offered in Candomblé rituals for Yansa is different from how it is offered for sale to the public. In fact, acarajé is sold to the public as a means of subsistence for black people, and it is highly represented by black women. The commercialization of acarajé began during the period of slavery and became a source of income for the tirados, or the black communities, when the using the figure of the slave of profit, or in Portuguese sounds like escrava de ganho. These persons began to sell the products to other people. So from this, the figure of Baiana de acarajé emerged. The Baianas are known primarily for their clothing. They are women's, black women's, wearing headscarves, long white dresses, accessories, and necklaces, with signify which candomblé the Bahianas who wear them belong to. The the craftsmanship of the Bahianas of acarajé was recognized as national heritage and registered in the Book of Knowledge in 2005 by the National Institute of Historical and Artistic Heritage, or IPHAN. So it is an activity that not only involves women's. I had seen men's and women's working together, wearing traditional clothes, and of course, always maintain the importance of the figure of women as the center of this activity. Well, now let's talk about my experience eating acarajé. For me, eating acarajé is a small way to connect with all that history and tradition that I admire. But also, that particular acarajé, the one near my house, has become a comfort food for me. It's acarajé da moraria. In the video description, I will leave you a reference point where you can find the acarajé stand. And well, I have created a tradition for myself called acarajé night. Once every 2 weeks, every Thursday or Friday night, I go to eat at that place. For me, that's the best acarajé in all Brazil. So the best acarajé in Brazil is near my house. I only need to walk a few minutes and I find a street stand full of chairs with families and friends eating acarajé. That acarajé is so good that most of the time it has a huge line of people waiting to eat acarajé or abara, which is another food that they sell there. I'm not going to lie to you. It's so good that people are willing to wait in line for up to 15 minutes to buy it. And when they do buy it, I had seen them ordering like a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and even more. The image is quite iconic. A man and a woman, both dressed in traditional clothes. He is cooking the acarajé while she prepares and serves it with the ingredients the people ask for. While you are in the line, the man approaches each person and asks what are they going to order, no? And they have assistants. So you can order acarajé or abara with or without shrimps. If you order with shrimps, you will receive a blue token. And if you order without shrimps, you will receive a yellow token. When you get to the lady, the Bahiana, the acarajé, you hand her the tokens and she already knows what you are going to order. You just need to tell her, okay, I'm going to order an acarajé, I'm going to order an abara, and I would like to have this, and this in my acarajé. Well, this is where the where my crash course comes in, which is how to learn how to order acarajé and avoid problems, or perengue, as they say in Portuguese. So, first of all, you have to say hello, good night, hello, which is good night, or in Portuguese, boa noite. They are nice people, and I am glad they greet me with a smile when I go there. So, it's good to say that. You had the token, you hand the token to the lady and tell her what ingredients you want in your acarajé. I always order my acarajé complete with all the ingredients. And this is where the important part comes in. She is going to ask you, do you want your acarajé hot or cold? Or do you want your acarajé with pepper or without pepper? This is where we can get confused. When she says hot or with pepper, she means if you want your acarajé with hot sauce. And when she says cold or without pepper, she means if you want your acarajé without hot sauce. Honestly, I fell for it. I remember once telling her I wanted my acarajé hot. Well, because it's like, why should I want my acarajé cold, you know? And well, I'm not good with spicy things. And the hot sauce on the acarajé, at least by my standards, is really spicy. The next time I went there, she asked me like, how the hot sauce went, and I told her I like it, but I suffer a lot. And well, we laughed, and from then on, she knows that my acarajé is cold, not any hot sauce. Well, when she has your acarajés ready, she hand them to you in a bag. Obviously, you have to say thank you, which is obrigado. You can pay with cash, card, or with Pitch. If you pay with cash, you have to pay the man over there. But if you pay with card or Pitch, you have to go to the drink stand right next to it. Speaking of drinks, I saw that acarajé, at least in Bahia, is accompanied with Coca-Cola, Pepsi, or Guaraná. My favorite is Guaraná. See, if you are in Brazil, better to have Guaraná, which is kind of like the local beverage. And well, I haven't told you about the prices. The best acarajé in Brazil is very cheap. It only costs in 6 reals with shrimps and 5 reals without shrimps. That's practically $1 or less than $1. When you travel to Brazil, you will notice that prices can vary. I had seen places where a single acarajé can cost 15 reals or even more. Well, maybe it's also because they aren't paying the tourist fee, but you know what I mean. Finally, I have to talk about my experience eating acarajé. I only sit in the chairs when I am with someone. Otherwise, I usually take the acarajés home, pour myself a glass of water or soda, and start eating. Eating acarajé is a unique gastronomic experience. The acarajé dough has a delicious flavor and soft, crunchy texture, and it doesn't feel heavy despite being cooked in palm oil. The aroma is pleasant, and I love the flavor and texture of the ingredients. Believe me, the combination of acarajé, vatapá, salad, and shrimps is exquisite. And speaking of the shrimps, as you can see in the photos, they are dried shrimps with the shell on. And I know it's different. I was never used to eating shells on shrimps. Normally, if I was served meals with shell on shrimps, the idea is that you have to peel them out by yourself. But no, here you can and you should eat them with shells on, and they are delicious. Usually when it's acarajé night, I order 3 acarajés and they are enough to satisfy me. But I could see that normally the people feel satisfied with only 1 or 2 acarajés. So it's up to you. I do like it a lot, so I used to eat 3. Well, what can I tell you at the end? For me, eating acarajé is an experience that has many meanings for me. It's a food that connects me with my ancestry and beliefs that I want to adopt in my life. And also being there, having the experience of buying acarajé, eating acarajé, it's an experience that is important for me because it reminds me of the importance of the consequences of my decisions. I mean, I am living in Brazil by my own choice, and because of the changes I have made in my life, this is now part of my routine. And well, of course, acarajé is delicious. It's a cheap meal, and I enjoy having acarajé nights alone or with company, with someone else. So, seriously, if you have the opportunity to travel to Brazil, eat acarajé. And if you can travel to Salvador, eat acarajé anywhere. They are all delicious and steeped in tradition. In the video description, I will give you the reference point where you can find what I consider the best acarajé in Brazil. You won't regret it. Well, thank you so much for your time. Thank you so much for listening to my story. And well, if you want my content like this, like travel blogs or information about how to immigrate to different countries, you can find more and so on in this YouTube channel. So thank you so much for listening, and until the next time, bye bye.